So the following are my replies to correcting Jason Stevenson, who is apparently some Australian spiritual guy. I just subscribed just so I'm going to get these meditation videos and check them out, see if I can learn anything, because that one we were just watching is just a very basic one.
I'm in my second.
Fuck, that guy's annoying. Anyway, so here's my response to his video. So at the end he was saying, you know, be proud of something, I forget, right near the end of the meditation. And I put, pride is Lucifer, one of the 7 devils of our human ego. I should probably have written that fully, but I didn't. But anyway, so I don't know, it's just really amazing to me. I keep just seeing how much further ahead we are of these people. They're still just stuck in that love and light, and I call this in-system thought. In simulation, you might call it. I call it in-system thought. And if you're still in system thought, you're basically an organic portal. Even though clearly this guy is spiritual, right? He's going to go up and he probably doesn't gaslight, because he's not a psychopath. He has, you know, he's not a proper organic portal. What I'm trying to say is they always end up taking on some of those traits and roles. If they're in system thought, you're supporting this place, you're supporting the Matrix. And you'll end up reiterating its programming, the AI's programming. So yeah, it's just something I wanted to add, because it always goes that way. And they never come our way to seeing further into this stuff or taking another perspective on it at all. So, you know, people believe what they want to believe, and that's one thing that's, you know, it's really annoying me at the moment. It's like incapacitating me. I feel like everything I say is just always falling on deaf ears. So, you know, I really appreciate you guys who comment, who show me that, like, you understand something that I've said, or have had similar experiences, or just kind of get what I'm saying. And then the second comment was, but I'm gang stalked by most people, so it's incorrect to mantra that I'm loved by everyone. Now, the only argument you could put forth there is, you know, what I've already stated, that your gang stalkers, they're like secretly infatuated with you. But that's because it's Leviathan, envy, or jealousy. That's the only way. It's not pure love or something. So it just makes his meditation incorrect. So that's what I said. What did I say? Incorrect? Yeah, I did. Look, see, I said I'm gang stalked by most people, so it's incorrect to mantra that I'm loved by everyone. It's like, that's one reason I just, in about 2015 started, and 14 started really getting sick of the Lightworker movement. Only 2 years after I made Conscious Zen, I started getting really, really sick of it, just because of the people. You know, not just like holes in the theory like this. You know, that didn't make me really get too sick of it. It's just, it is what it is, some little learning spots, but it was just the people's ignorance. I found it just a new type of ignorance. So, like, you know, like going on about love and light and stuff, and that you're better than people who are not like that, was a type of narcissism that really annoyed me, and I got out of there. And I've been, you know, not in contact with those type of people ever since. You know, I used to just revel in that around the eschaton, because at that time, you know, it was the pinnacle information. But now I feel really we've travelled even further, and the pinnacle information is like gang stalking and simulation, gnosis, and organic portals theory. Well, because that's the edge. That's the epistemological edge. That's why. And that's what I'm always looking for. So, love and light, chakra meditations and all this, that's old news now. You know what I mean? That's why I'm so repetitive in saying, why is nobody in the alleged spiritual movement talking about spiritless humans? You know what I mean? Because it makes videos like this cool chakra meditation, a little too fanciful. And you see all the comments under it. Hey, my first ever mentoring meditation. Oh, feels so good. Oh, this is my favorite meditation. Blah, blah, blah. The endless NPC commenting. How much they love the meditation, it's helped them and stuff. That's fine. And, recognize that is NPC consciousness when you're thanking someone like that, because you can technically come up with your own meditations for you. Remember the meditations I've made? That barely any of you have watched, because it was one of the first videos I posted on the channel. So, morons, like most of you are, think that, because it's old, it's somehow outdated, when actually it's timeless. So, I mean, even in 1,000 years, that meditation, the Golden Bone meditation, will be tip-top and usable. But anyway, so, for one way you could see this as great, but then there's my antithetical nature, to see through the gaps, where other people would just ignore that and they'd go along with it. Isn't it more thoughtful for me to question it in the right way like this, and to rebuttal like this in the correct way? Look, I'm not being evil or anything. Look, I'm just saying the truth. For instance, I'm gang stalked, so it would be incorrect for me to mantra that I'm loved by everyone. I would be telling myself a lie as a mantra. That would make me an unreal being, or not real. That's what we mean when we're saying real men and stuff. We're not talking about being macho. Like, every time I ever use the word real men versus bitch men, the cucks and servile men, we're not talking about machoism at all. It's nothing to do with being macho or having big muscles or anything. It's all about being real. If you're being real and not just illusionary or speaking with programming or stuff like that, or societal norms or whatever, right? So that's what we mean on my channel when we're talking about being real. It's actually, we just mean being real, right? That inner flow, not coming from horizontal, made up of other people's thoughts. We're talking about vertical, which is actually spiritual, because it's coming from within. So for me to say this is actually a spiritual comment, for them to say stuff like this is not. But this is all, it's like simp comments, simp and NPC comments over and over and over. Yes, I get that they're happy they had their experience with this meditation. I'm not downing that, but hopefully you see my point as well. So that's my reply to what's his name, Jason Stevenson here. Just look, another massive channel, millions of subscribers, millions of views, because it's on the simp level. But isn't it interesting, even if I make simp info videos, they go nowhere? I can make simple videos too, right? And they say, if you want to sell something in the world, you got to dumb it down so everybody can use it and stuff like that. I can do all that, and I will during my life more and more. But that is a deadening for me, especially at the moment while, I'm at the peak age of my life and really still undergoing, massive epiphanies and visions and stuff and downloads. Later in life, maybe when I'm older, I would be just dumbing down all the things that came to me into usable systems, right, that any everyday person can use, like this meditation, for instance. Very, very simple, very basic chakra meditation that he's put up here. And that's what gets you all the followers, the NPCs, because they can't be offended. But when I speak truth, like my comments here, they're just going to be offensive to everybody because they don't understand it. Right? Especially all organic portals are offended by light like this, truth like this. Will make them like squeal and squeal and go back into the darkness of their ignorance fog. Right? So comments like this, where I'm being real, are hated by organic portals. And these comments will be buried when they should be up the top. Well, because it is forwarding, bettering, right? And that's real spiritual development.